Alright, in this video I'm going to go over my Ostian repeaters life steal break part sustain guide. I don't know what to call it. But basically it's just a sustain build for the Ostian repeaters that also does a good job breaking parts. So first up, I'm running the repeaters. And I keep calling them Reapers because it just reminds me of Reaper's shotguns from Overwatch. Okay, so Blizzard barrel, whatever the barrel, it's just whatever you're fighting against. They got different types. They look different. Here's the first different mod I use. I use the full board chamber. I've kind of debated about the other ones, but I like this one. I've gotten used to it. So it says fires a piercing bolt in a line, dealing damage that falls as it travels. When it's empowered, and I guess I'll go over empowered in a minute. Or, well, empowered, when you're playing with the guns, when you reload next to the enemy, the behemoth, it empowers your shots. So when you empower this shot, it just deals extra damage. And it says, and it pushes the Slayer backwards. I actually really hate that part of it, where it pushes you backwards. When I use the repeaters, I like to stay as close to the enemy as I can. Just because the closer you are, it makes it easier to get that reload bonus, that overpower or empowered. You have to reload really close to the enemy, so that when it pushes you backwards, you just have to re-engage and get closer to the enemy again. It's kind of annoying. I wish it didn't have that part. And sometimes I'll push myself backwards off a cliff or something, not realizing I was standing that close. I run the Saboteur's grip because it gives you the only stun that the repeaters have. So sword and different things like hammer, they can hit them in the head and cause dagger damage and stun behemoths. But the Saboteur's grip, that's the one that gives you a mine. But when it's empowered, so the empowered mine says deals increased damage and can interrupt behemoths. As far as I know, and as far as I've seen, this is the only way that the repeaters can interrupt behemoths. I think there might be an attachment you can put on something, like one of these cells you can put on something that gives stagger damage. But I haven't tried that yet. I don't know how long that would actually take to stagger one. The key, okay, Lucky Magazine, just extra % critical strike chance. I like critting. Alright, this is one of the keys to this build, though, is the Stoneheart Prism. So the Stoneheart Prism, where's the... How do I just read it? Oh, okay. So dealing damage has a chance, based on damage dealt, to grant a stacking, refreshing 30 health shield that lasts for 12 seconds. Okay, the thing that's important for this is that, unlike other shields, you get the one, like, I don't know, 20 shield, or the other, like one of the, not the Koshai's Bloom, I'll go to that. But one of these gives you like a 250 shield or something. Which one is it? Yeah, Skarn's Defiance. I was using this one. It just says grants a 250 hit point shield for 6 seconds. So this stacking shield, it gives you 30 shield for, I think it's 12 seconds, it said. Yeah, but the thing is, it stacks. So as long as you're not taking damage, it'll be 30, and then 60, and then 90, 120, 150. It keeps adding on. So I've actually gotten this shield up to like 700 plus shield, because you keep stacking it by dealing damage, and you just don't take damage by either rolling, dodging normally. But if you do get hit, you have this stacked shield that will absorb most of the damage. So that's really nice. For cells, adds a flat amount of part damage. It's pretty good. It's just extra damage in a whatever kind of slot that is. Reduced stamina cost of dodging. Yeah, just makes dodging easier. Alright, next part of the build, we got the I guess I'm going to go to the most important part. The Koshai's Bloom, this is the second key component. So the Koshai's Bloom says you activate the lantern, and 10% of your damage dealt will heal you for 8 seconds. This is an instant ability, and that's really important. So some of the abilities on the repeaters have a little wind-up time. Like both of your shots, your Q and your right click, or I don't know what it is on a controller, I play on mouse and keyboard, but both your shots have a wind-up time. But because this Koshai's Bloom is instant, as you go to wind up your shot, while you're winding up, you can then cast Koshai's Bloom, and that will cast as well, and you can really line up your lifesteal and your power shots and gain a lot of life in a very short amount of time. And this instant ability lets you really maximize the 8 seconds of lifesteal that you get. The second part of this lantern is really good too. You hold it and you dash in a direction. Now this is a large dash. It's way more than a normal dodge roll. And when you arrive, you will deal 750 tear damage to nearby enemies upon arrival. So it's just an extra mobility. It's really handy. I'll be showing that later in the video. Mods on here, just % increase to lantern charge rate. So the more you attack things, the more often you get to lifesteal, and the more often you get to dash. Pretty self-explanatory. Alright, this next one, I run the Drask scale gauntlets because they're +3 sharpened, and I forgot I need to go B by... So the +3 sharpened, I believe, adds 15% or maybe 30% part damage, but I gotta go actually read it here. There's so many things in this game that they really need to fix. Like the fact that I can't read all the stats on the weapons without going to the crafting person. Alright, so yeah, +3 sharpen, just +15% part damage. So this build is really made for sustaining in the fight and then just breaking parts. Because breaking parts is how you get pretty much everything in this game. You need break parts to build it. So this really just makes it easier to break parts. The last thing, what shoes am I wearing? I think I'm wearing the Nashers. Oh yeah, so that's the Koshai's Bloom. So with the stacking shield from the gun and then the lifesteal from the Koshai's Bloom, it really just maximizes your sustainability in the fight. Like you never have to run away and heal, you just keep fighting, keep fighting. Because both the stacking shield, you don't have to cast that. It just happens when you shoot. You don't have to do anything. And then the Koshai's Bloom lifesteal, that's just an instant ability. You can activate that whenever you want. So you're never having to leave combat to go drink from the pool of healing or use a heal potion or something. You're just always in there fighting. I guess I'm going to go down the other parts of armor. I don't know. Actually, I feel like shooting some stuff. So I'm going to go shoot some stuff, and then I'll talk about the other parts of armor. Or I'll talk about it while I'm queued up. So this is the armor I pretty much run all the time. So we're just going to go try I need to do some heroic patrols for a quest. I gotta kill all these different heroic beasts. But I feel like I've done a million of these patrols and I haven't, I don't know. Maybe it's just bad luck. Alright, so while it's looking, we'll talk about armor. I run the Crest of Valor. It's the Valamir helm. So I like this one because it gives you this Lucent ability, and what Lucent does, let me go back to her so I can actually read it. What Lucent does says your flask heals for over 20 seconds. So rather than getting that instant 700 heal, or I don't even know how much it is, rather than getting that instant 700 heal, you're going to get that 700 heal, but it's going to be spaced out over 20 seconds. But it says for 20% increased healing. And while this heal is active, generate 25 lantern charge each second. So while you're using your flask, it makes your lantern charge faster, so then you can lifesteal even more. So I don't know, just really combos with the sustain. But I'm gonna go ahead and launch this fight and see what we're fighting, see if I need to change any pieces. So we're fighting a fire guy, so I'm definitely gonna change to a different cloak. So I like to run this well, not that one, this Hellplate Cuirass. Its ability, which you can't read here, says based on how much damage you deal, you get to drop these little orbs. There's little buffs you pick up, and the buffs give you invulnerability to fire and increased movement and attack speed. So when you're going against a fire golem guy, it's really nice to have that invulnerability to fire. I think I'm going to keep that. This is flat part damage, I believe. Like, let's see what we got. We got 30% part damage, plus 9 sharpened. And then also after dodging through an attack, the weapon attack's part break damage is increased by 100%. So for that, if you dodge through an attack, you basically get to insta-crit a part. Next one, this is flat part damage versus percent part damage. Just plus 40 part damage on hit, and then plus 400 part damage after dodging through an attack. So if you dodge an attack, you get this extra 100% and this extra plus 400, which just seems really strong. Okay, let's just go fight him. Looks like I'm a little underpowered, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Or at least according to that difficult level meter. The only collectibles I really prioritize are Iron Thistle, which is used for Bulwark potions, and I think it's Fiery Opal or Fire Opal or something like that, which I use to make the Lifesteal potion, which you can see down the bottom right. It's got a little red skull on it, but that gives 12% lifesteal to you and everyone in your team. Uh-oh, I thought I was gonna fall. I like to shoot a flare as soon as I see the enemy, and then I shoot another one when I get closer. So against this guy, I'm gonna try just line up straight. Oof, that guy's got rocked. I need that lifesteal. And I'm on fire. I need those little. This guy's gonna be tough. See, I wasn't even close enough to get the reload bonus. Gotta make sure you dodge those swings. Okay, so now I got the reload bonus. I'm getting my butt beat. Those little orbs on the ground, those are the invulnerability to fire orbs. I need to pick one of those up. Oh man, this fight's gonna... man. I just got rocked. I'm about to redo a fight because this guy. So he's got this weapon called the God Hand, which I've been trying to build. He just shoots a big old laser beam. And I don't know how hard it is to aim, but it just does a ton of damage. But I can't see its damage right now. Alright, so I've already been knocked down once. I need a lifesteal. I need to avoid fire. Can't let the laser beam guy do all the work. Oof. Man, I need to start paying attention or something. Alright, I'm going to try to line up my shots, activate my lifesteal, and go for a big heal. Oh, there we go. That's how you maximize... Let me get out of this lava though. This fire is killing me. That's a break part. Make sure you pick up these little orbs. That's fire and vulnerability. I can get back in the fight. Gotta stay out of the fire, but there's fire everywhere. So I just wanted to move to a safer position. So I used my Koshai Lantern's activate ability. Ooh, that's a good time to use some lifesteal. Try to reload close and line shot straight up and down him. Oh, I didn't get the bonus. This looks like a lot of these other people in here have the same idea. Run the repeaters. I don't know if they're running the same lifesteal shield thing. Can't really tell. Try to line him straight up and down. Got a few in there. I like to stay under this guy, if I can get there. This makes it really easy to line up those long shots that hit everything on his body. I guess that's it for that part. Alright, so let's see, we used 2 health potions and a bulwark potion. And we're pretty close to full health. Oh, I see his lava over this way. It's gonna confuse somebody. Or is that just random lava spewing? Oh, never mind. That's just some random lava spewing. But I feel like I heard a monster call this way. This is where I wish I had that faster moving when your weapon is sheathed perk. Where is this dude? I'm assuming there's nothing beyond this, but I'm just curious. Oh, I can't even jump up there. There we go. There he is. So we're gonna see if we can get through this part without using any more potions. That's the goal. Alright, so I got 30 Aether Shield, however you say that word. 60. I'm gonna activate my lifesteal. I did not reload close enough. Teleport in. 90 Aether Shield. It fell off because it was too long. Oh, I got hit. I don't know. Try to go straight up and down. Look at all those 279s, 437. Might have to go back and actually add all that up and see how much damage that was. Ooh, I'm getting rocked. I need to get out of here. Where's that laser again? Alright, I think I'm gonna try to activate this 4th potion I have that grants everybody lifesteal and see how it does. Let me pick up a fire potion. Okay, where are you going? On me? Okay. It's probably a bad time to activate that, but we're gonna go for double lifesteal now and see what happens. I'm gonna try to do a combo. Maximize the lifesteal, try to heal my whole team as well. Try to get my health back up to full. I'm on fire though. Oof, that's annoying. Get out of there. Roll a couple times, put the fire out. Just gotta stop, drop, and roll. And that's it. E. Yeah, I'm pretty garbage. That's okay. I hope you all learned something anyway. And I didn't even break anything. But we survived. We didn't fall down. Alright, so extra abilities. We got the Crest of Valor. So it's got the Strength Cell, which is nice, because I got the Sharpen on there as extra part damage, even though we didn't break any parts that last fight. The Crest of Valor just has extra 20% healing. The Drascale Gauntlet, this +3 Sharpened, I think every Sharpened gives you 5% part damage, so that would be 15% part damage from there. This is an extra, I think each one of these fists is like 15% part damage. That might be 45% part damage, 30%. I only have 2 of them, so 15 there, 15 there. Each one of these, what are these little cells? The Blade Storm cell, I think it's like 15 part damage. So these two together give you, maybe it's 20 a piece. That's plus 40 part damage on hit. And then these have tough. Just like the Nasher breastplate, these have plus tough, which gives you extra health and extra life steal. Well, not extra life steal, but extra life gain from things. And that's it.